Hello, YouTube! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a professional Starcraft game between life and innovation. This is Game 5 from the round of 16 matchup that they had in the IEM Masters Extreme Championships 2015 at Katowice. This is the fifth and final game between these two players. Will it be enough for life to take home the victory, or will innovation be able to win one for the Terran? Now, I'm going to be honest, I have not looked ahead to see who wins this match, so I will be just as surprised as you viewers when we see who manages to take this fifth game in the best of 5 series. This is, again, the research station map. It is narrow, it is long, there aren't a whole lot of bases you can take without getting super close to your enemy, so games tend to be a little bit shorter on this map than you'll see in some larger maps. On the other hand, in deciding games, players can be a little bit more hesitant. There can be some loss aversion going on. They know that one bad engagement can be enough to cost them the match, and cost them the series, and cost them the ability to move on in the tournament. So we might see a little bit more just slow attacks, some retreats where maybe they weren't fully necessary from either of these players, and it could extend a little bit longer than we anticipate. So again, we have innovation in life and life on game 5 of this best of 5. So supply depot goes down, should get the production tab up for innovation. We have drones happening for the Zerg player life. He's gone 15 hatch in a pretty late pool in every one of these games so far, so I have to imagine he knows what he's doing. He is going 15 hatch once again. We do have a scouting overlord coming up the middle. The short rush distance makes scouting a little bit more viable for Zerg. You'll notice that the Overlord is almost halfway up to Innovation's base at this point, which means he doesn't have to spare a drone. He doesn't have to spare a worker to get up there and see what's going on. He can use an Overlord, and as long as he doesn't lose it unnecessarily, he can get a really good scout off for really no cost on his end. He can get optimal harvesting and optimal drone building. And just when I say I know exactly what he's going to do, Life goes ahead, gets an early spawning pool, and then goes for the 15 hatch. So, wow, my bad. Maybe he's worried about the close rush distance here. The Reaper attacks can be a little bit more potent. Life, again, loss aversion coming into play. He doesn't want to lose this match to something early and stupid. So he's going to make that early spawning pool, get the Queens out for defense, get the Zerglings out for defense. And on the other hand, Innovation is getting his command center down about the same time as his barracks. So he's not going to do any super early harassment, no multiple barracks type stuff. Instead, we're just going to see a single barracks, some Reaper harass, while the command center is being created on the back side of this. Now, this is a really good map for expansions being safe at the natural. You'll notice the only way in, you come in through the front door of the main here, and there's a back door leading to the natural. There is no easy way into this natural from the outside except through this ramp. So Zergling harass is going to have to come through the front door if he wants to do anything to this expansion. At the natural, Innovation knows this. He's going to feel very safe getting this down early. The only real threat there is Mutalisks, which won't be out for a while, and Overlord drops, which will not be out for a while either. So the Overlord decides to come up and just kind of sit carefully here at the front of Innovation's base. Wants to get up on some high ground. Oh, changes his mind. Is actually going to move across and up and hide out back here for a scout later on, I assume, through the main. A factory going down for innovation. Marines being made here, so maybe he's worried about some early Zergling pressure. Again, because of the short rust distance, being very cautious, as I expected to see in this game 5. Zerglings do poke up here, do a couple hits on the supply depot, but the Marines should respond quickly, driving them away. Get out of here. Shoo, shoo, with their machine guns. Shoo, shoo, shooting them in the face. Supply depot does finish, making this wall a little bit stronger. Reactor going down, factory almost complete. I assume we will see a Hellion pop out of this guy. Finished and immediately starts to build. Nothing. It lifts off. Is going to try to take advantage of the reactor that the barracks is building. Man, I am bad at this game, huh? The Zerglings at the front is kind of scouting things, and now we have 2 Hellions being made at the same time. So 1 Hellion, no. 2 Hellions, yes. Barracks heads on over to make a tech lab for those juicy upgrades for the Marine and Marauder units, as well as the, does that upgrade? No, the Widowmines upgrades at the factory, never mind. Patrolling Marines saying, nuh-uh, Scouting Overlord, you are not getting very far at all. I may only do 6 attack with my C14 Gauss rifle, but I will take you down before you can see much of anything. Bam, 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 bam. And the Overlord is forced to retreat. Speaking of retreating, those Zerglings got roasted as they retreated. Innovation moves down with 2 Hellions, which is not enough to do a whole lot, especially since there are 2 Queens on the field, but maybe just some scouting, checking for the presence of a third. Is there a 2-base all-in coming from Life or not? I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Checks for the presence, sees the 3rd base, recognizes, okay, Life is keeping up with me economically. There's no some crazy 2-base Roach Baneling all-in, which might actually wreck Innovation's day if that's what Life was going for. We do have another Banshee with Cloak coming along from Innovation, so he saw how effective that was in the 3rd game, I think. Innovation was able to get some Cloaked Banshees out in conjunction with some Hellbats and do a lot of damage at Life's 3rd base. Eventually, I think there was enough economic damage that Innovation did manage to win the game almost as a direct response to that. So, Creep Tumor coming out from Life, getting that juicy, delicious creep being spread as far as he humanly can. 4 Hellions on the map. We're going to see a Hellbat upgrade, I'm assuming, eventually here. Yep, Armory being built in preparation for that. Hellions say, hey, there are 3 Queens exactly where we want to go. What a bummer. The Spine Crawler has moved up in response, a Spore Crawler as well. Maybe does he know there's a Banshee coming? Let's go to Life. Ah, he does see the Starport and the Tech Lab. Good scouting. How did he scout that? I don't know. We'll go back to the Everyone tab and just applaud Life for his wonderful scouting. The Hellbat upgrade is finished with the Armory. The Zerglings and Spinecrawler and Queens are not quite enough to take these guys out with their vehicle plating and high hit point count. Getting right into the mineral line there, roasting so many drones. 3 workers killed. Baneling's trying to take down these Hellbats as well. Finally cleaned up. It's a miracle that Queen didn't die with only 2 health left. And really only 5 drone kills, which is less than I would expect, seeing that many Hellbats moving on up into the base. The Cloaked Banshee going to town on this Evolution Chamber, and also these workers. 5 kills there for the Banshee. The Evolution Chamber does go down just before it dies. That's a huge pickup for Innovation, knowing that +1/+1 Zergling and Baneling upgrade is going to be a little bit later than it otherwise would be. So, nice job, Innovation, getting some, I'm guessing, some drone kills and some Zergling kills, as well as preventing that +1 attack upgrade for Zerglings to come as soon as Life would want it to. Evolution Chamber is getting the Carapace upgrade, which tells me that Life feels like the Carapace upgrade is more important than the attack upgrade, so something I'll try to remember in my Zerg versus Terran matches is get Carapace first if I have to choose. Extractor going down, getting some more Vespene gas, which is the lifeblood of the Zerg army. At the front we have some Marines. The Marines are +0/+0, but the upgrades are on their way. Stim pack and infantry armor and infantry weapons are being upgraded. A drop is coming down. Just Marines. Medevac's moving out. We'll follow these guys for a little bit and see where they're heading. Along the right side, it looks like their target is the main of Life. Life in the production tab, getting speed upgrades. Now doing the attack upgrade. Spire is on the way, but not even close to being finished. Spires, I think, take 100 seconds to actually complete. So, one of the longer building structures in the Zerg arsenal for a Mutalisk that is so important in this matchup. The drop does happen here at the north side, but directly on the creep of Life's main. The Marines stim in, try to take out workers, but the workers have already evacuated. Zergling's trying to get in, but the angle is too bad. We need Baneling hits to take these Marines out. I don't think there are enough. They are going to try to focus down this Evolution Chamber before the Carapace upgrade happens, and they do get it. In a great spot again, slowly being taken down by these Zerglings, but so many Zerglings are dying in response. We do pick up 4 Marines. The Medevac boosts on over. Unloads here at the natural, but going to be easily taken out by the responding Zerglings. Reaction time is good for Life, and the Medevac is safe as long as this Queen doesn't come over and decide to poke at it. So, 4th base going down for Life up here along the left side. Scouted out by the Medevac, dropping down more Marines. 2, 3, 4, 5 workers die. Thanks to this Widowmine mostly, who had 2 all by himself. The Medevac does die to the Queen long-range attack. We know there's a Widowmine here. Life, I assume, was paying attention. Yes, trying to morph in an Overseer. No, he's not. Where is the Overseer? There's the Overseer. Takes down that Widowmine before it can execute again, and we do have a transferring Spore Crawler to assist with future Medevac, and Widowmine attacks. So here we are. The creep spread is absolutely insane for Life. It's not as far as I'd like it to see, but with this many creep tumors, it shouldn't take him too long to get up halfway across the map. We have a scouting slash hovering medevac on the right side here. Just hanging out with a single marine inside, no big deal. Production tab shows drilling claws. Another drop going down for innovation. So life just really macroing, not putting too much pressure on. 68 harvesters to 67. Does have an extra base up on the Terran player. Probably feeling moderately comfortable. A couple of these attacks from innovation have done quite a bit of damage. The drone casualty rate has been fairly high. We'll follow this medevac as it heads along the left side. Probably trying to take that fourth base again. But there is a spore crawler there again. And in response... Oh, the spore crawler was moved. Interesting. So Widowmine drop off. Widowmine is destroyed before it can even burrow, which is pretty impressively quick. This Widowmine did get a single kill and is ignored at this point. Overseer morphing. A push coming up right up the middle from these Marines. They're just trying to take down creep. They are sacrificial as most of them die. The Marines are 1-1. Marauders are 1-1. Medevac does not have that armor upgrade that we saw in the last game. Widowmine finally cleaned up by these Mutalisks, who do not have any upgrades yet, but flyer attacks. One is on the way. Widowmine buried here at the edge of the creep. Widowmines do not activate on buildings, which is what creep tumors are, so it can't help prevent the spread of creep, but it can be good for any scouting Zerglings to be taken out by those Widowmines. The army comes up, takes down those creep tumors, takes down an Overlord, but a giant army of Zerglings and Banelings and Mutalisks should be enough to clean this up. The Banelings are good, but the splits are better from innovation. He has his army back where they need to be. 4 drones actually die in that engagement somehow. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But Terrans are now 2-2 with the infantry. Marines and Marauders ready to go. Banshee has no upgrades, but as a flying unit that does do 12 damage per rocket attack, of which there are 2. It's pretty effective. Marauders coming in first, hoping to absorb those Baneling hits, and they do. Fewer Banelings for the Marines. We are gathered up here at the bottom. We're going to zoom out a little bit. Marines attacking, kind of holding court at the edge of this creep. Trying to contain life, not so much kill him yet. Zerglings rolling, Banelings get some good hits on. Giant Mutalisk flock, who does not quite have the +1 upgrade yet. Almost complete. 59, 60, there it goes. Mutalisks are more effective, but it might have been a little bit too late. Widowmine's burrowing again, getting wiped out by the Mutalisks. Zerglings coming in, Baneling hits okay, but the Terran army is dangerously close to this 4th base for life. The Marines are getting taken out on the left side. The Mutalisk flock getting bigger and bigger every second. And Widowmines do get cleaned up thanks to the presence of this Overseer. And thanks to the upgraded large Mutalisk flock, life can drive this attack back. In the meantime, innovation, like the good StarCraft 2 player that he is expanding behind that attack. Has his 4th base down. Getting ready to go. 3-3 is on the way for Terran infantry. A single Thor is being built. Mutalisk flock needs to do some damage here if he's going to win this game. Life is up 177 to 156 in total supply. Income is at 84 to 67. Mutalisk flock does quickly take down that missile turret. SCVs are dying all over the place. 11 SCVs die. Now focusing down the orbital command, hoping to kill it before the Marines can respond. 4, 3, 2, 1, and does manage to kill the base. So good pickup there for life. Totally locking down that expansion. Like I said, the only way to access this is by flying units, and that's exactly what life decided to do. These Mutalisks fly back in after killing 13 SCVs and an expansion, which is just a huge pickup for him. Life is supply blocked. Some Overlords have died. He needs to get some building right away, and he does get 1, as well as Zerg Flyer attacks 2. A 5th base is going down for him at the gold. If he can hold on to that, that's a huge deal. And might be enough for him to supply or to get this series under his belt, winning 3 games to 2. Quite a bit of a comeback. Mutalisk flock is huge now. I mean, that is 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 24, 26 Mutalisks. The attack is coming up the left side. The 3-3 Marines and Marauders with a single Thor getting shots off on that Mutalisk clump is going to be huge. Marines are riding in, taking down an extractor, focusing on that spore crawler. Banelings, Mutalisks rolling in. Giant Mutalisk flock taking hits from the Thor. Does have 2 kills. Not super effective yet, but if he can get a couple hits off, he'll be good. Big Mutalisk flock coming along the left side as he did before, doing a pretty good job taking down smaller groups of Marines, even if they are 3-3. Baneling's rolling, focusing down the Thor, but he gets picked up and taken away by Innovation. Good pick up there by Innovation. Baneling's died almost to nothing. We're going to evacuate this base. 7 drones die. I think we're going to send the drones over to the gold base if we can. Banelings are morphing. Are they going to be able to complete in time? Mutalisks just in a straight up fight, getting some hits from Widow Mines. Mutalisks backing out again. Very patient here in this game 5. The flock has been whittled down. The oranges and reds now. There aren't as many as there were before. Banelings popping on in, trying to get some hits off, but unsupported by anything else. The Terran army is rolling in with a 171 to 127 supply lead for the Terran. Mutalisks come around back, trying to take down Marines. Not able to do so. The Mutalisk flock is dead. Life is down to 98 supply. The Thor getting 7 kills, just sitting in the back, raking them in. Mules even coming down to repair the Thor, but they're not doing their job. Life calls the GG as his third base comes under assault, will die soon, and Innovation takes the series 3-2, winning Game 5 in fairly convincing fashion. Life, in a desperation attempt, did manage to take down the natural expansion for Innovation, taking down a lot of SCVs along with it, but that Thor presence, the 3-3 Marines, the excellent micro from Innovation along this left side, able to kill the base, kill this base, and then harass this base as well. Even with the gold, I don't think Life was coming back with that supply deficit that he was facing, and decided to tap out. So that was Game 5. Innovation moves on past the round of 16 to the round of 8 at the tournament. We'll see how he can do later on in his matches. So, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button, hit subscribe, and visit me on Twitter and Facebook at twitter.com/Facebook Falcon Paladin and facebook.com/Falcon Paladin. And until next time, this has been your daily Blizzard upload, and you take care of yourself.